Oh, good evening, Denver Bronco fans. Man, I am so excited for tonight. Welcome to the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast, brought to you by Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Check out Rocky Mountain Sports Network for all your Colorado sports needs, wants, loves. I am your host, Keith Brugman. I'm here with all of my co-hosts, man. I'm going to go ahead and I'll run it down the board and say hello to, well, first and foremost, Mr. Jody Moncrief. Hello, Jody. How we doing, sir? I need a microphone, though, sir.
Sorry. What's up, everyone? Tonight should be a fun, interesting show. If you want Rust topics, this is the one for you because I'm going to bring them tonight.
Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, we're going to have plenty of opportunity for that, man. Special show. Jody hinted at it, man. It's our game show edition, as we've advertised, man. It's going to be a fun evening. Got a little around the horseshoe and coming around to Mr. Mile High. Dutchy, how we doing, Dutchy?
I'm doing excellent, and I hope this is going to be a multiple choice game because I'm really good at multiple choices.
Very good. Multiple choice, true or false. All that might come into play, man. We're excited for what we've got prepared for you, and we're excited for our special guest. But before we get to him, rocketing right up to the top of the screen, Mr. Trevor Salzman himself. How we doing, sir?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Broncos country? It's time. This is just not only Russell Wilson, the Sean Payton talk to. The whole 9 yards right here at this show. Tonight is the night.
It is, man. Topic after topic after topic. There'll be plenty of opportunity, but it's all going to be on the clock as well as we welcome our special guest from the K&K Sports Show, Mr. Kenny Kirkpatrick. He is dressed to kill and ready to come on the show. Welcome, Kenny Kirkpatrick. How you doing, sir?
Let's go. We got a game show for you guys. I'm doing great. I've been waiting for this for weeks. I set this up with you guys. We did a couple of these type of shows on our K&K, and it's a lot of fun, and I couldn't be more excited. And little spoiler alert, Jody, you already got -2 for saying everything's going to be Rust tonight. I'm the game show host. I get to say what the topics are. I'm joking, of course, Jody. It's a fair playing field. Rust can be your answer. I just don't know how well points are going to be for each question, but I'll go over the rules real quick, Keith, with the audience, because I'd love for them to play along too, because they're going to be playing along as your teammates as well. And I know there's a lot of good, knowledgeable people out there, and they're going to get a lot of good points out. So you all seen the show Around the Horn. Keith called this Around the Horseshoe. It's a little game show type of show. I'm going to have rapid fire questions. I'm going to have topics. I'm going to have questions for each of you, and you're going to get points based on creativity, uniqueness, validity. I can't say that word very good. Validity of your points, etc. And you'll get minus points for going consistently over the time allowed, and interruptions. Let everybody get their points through without any interruptions. I will allow certain questions for everybody to come back and get a quick rapid fire response if they don't like what one of their opponents have said in the topic. Any questions, guys, before we get started?
And how are we determining the order, Kenny?
Oh, I got little bingo balls right here, 1 to 4. So Mr. Keith will be number 1. We got Jody number 2, Dutchy 3, and Trevor 4. Our first topic tonight is going to be Russell Wilson. So everybody's ready, I will tell you all who is going first. But before that, actually got a quick 10-second question for each of you guys. You're each going to get a chance to trash talk your opponents. Your best trash talking in 10 seconds or less. And it's going to start with Jody gets to trash talk his opponents 10 seconds or less. Why are you going to win this tournament, this game show, Jody?
Sorry, I'm going to win this game show because just like Russ, I'm a winner, and you guys better be ready for that. So
very good. He gets a point.
make it short and simple.
I'll go over the points after each question. I'll give you the score. So up next, trash talk, we got number one, Mr. Brugman.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, man, my knowledge is about as big as and as lengthy as my beard. So I'm going to be bringing it, guys. And I got all the knowledge all stacked up, ready to go.
Awesome. And Trevor, you're up next. And then, I'm sorry, Dutchie's up next. And then Trevor will get to round up the trash talk before we get into the question parts of the Bronco around the horseshoe.
I will win this go because I listen to Kurt and the KK show and MH8. I get the knowledge from everywhere, so I will win this show.
Kissing up to the host. I like it. Trevor, you get the final word.
Yeah, so I might be the last cast member of us four, but I'm going to be the number one after tonight's over with. Boom.
Boom.
They're awesome, guys. After the trash talking, everybody's on an equal playing field, 1 point. I really wanted to give Dutchie 5, but I got to be fair in the scoring. I got to be fair in the scoring. But Dutchie, in my heart, you got 5. But for the show, everybody's got 1. So, all right, boys. Our first topic is going to be Russell Wilson. First question is going to be: should the Broncos bring back Russell Wilson for 2024? And will they bring Wilson back in 2024? Order is going to start. You have 30 seconds or less to get your point through. And we're going to start this one with Trevor.
Yeah. So I think the Broncos should be bringing back Russell Wilson because they're going to be paying him the same amount of money once they split it up over the next 2 years with the post June 1st post date. They're going to be splitting that cap over the next 2 years. It's going to be the same amount of cap space as he would be making here in Denver, whether he's on the roster or not. The quarterback market's weak, and you're not in a great position draft-wise. So Russell Wilson should be your Denver Bronco. Sean Payton should swallow his pride and get the best out of his quarterback. Russell Wilson, 2 different systems. This is his first year under Sean Payton. Come on, Sean, make it right.
Like it. Like the passion there. Next on the board, Dutchie.
Of course, they should bring Russell Wilson back. He has not given the opportunity to show what he really can. So it's time for him to show up, and that Sean Payton will create a system that works for Russell Wilson. Yes, they should bring him back, and they will bring him back.
Beautiful. Keith, you're up, and then followed last but not least, Jody.
It really easy, man. Yeah, we should bring him back. We've been talking seems like all offseason now about needing a bridge quarterback, needing a backup quarterback. No better than Russell Wilson. Put him on the bench. If he wants to get out of here, maybe then he puts up a trade offer, is willing to find a way to get out of here and maybe get something replenished for us. If nothing else, hey, we're all set to go. We got that backup. We can go draft whoever we want.
Beautiful. And Jody, and then let Keith hit the comment board after the first question.
Most definitely, we should bring Russ back. We're paying him. He is the best quarterback that's on the market right now. When you're top 10 in touchdowns, comp percentage, rating, this is his first year in Sean Payton's system, a system that people say is really hard to learn. You got to give it time. What makes you think Payton is going to give time to another quarterback? So, yes, Russ should be back.
Beautiful. You guys are awesome. That's the first part of the question. I'll let Keith hit the comments after the second part of the question. Same order for the second part. Trevor, will they bring Russell Wilson back?
Yeah, I don't believe Russell Wilson's coming back. I think it's about 40% chance that Russ is back. I don't think so. I don't think Russ is back because of the relationship between Russ and Sean Payton from the get-go has not been great. And I think Sean Payton wants his own guy in his system to run his stuff, run his system. And Russell Wilson, a lot of the success he had was outside the system last year. He did it on his own. So again, Sean Payton wants his own guy. So I don't think Russell Wilson's back. I think he goes somewhere else.
Nice. Dutchie.
Yes, they will bring Russell back because of the money reasons. They already paid the money for him. Why not use a quarterback that you're already paying for? And Russell Wilson is a top 10 quarterback. I still believe that, and he will show us that.
Nice. Keith, and then followed by Jody to wrap up the first question of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they bring him back. Unfortunately, I think this relationship has been tainted since last October, right after that Chiefs win when they asked him to sit down. I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't think it's something that Sean Payton wants, and I don't think in the end it's something that Russell Wilson wants. So in the end, I think that we see Russell Wilson on a new team next year.
Very nice, guys. Jody, wrap it up.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, Jody, yep. I'm sorry.
Don't think he will be back, although he should be. There are multiple reasons. He doesn't fit what Sean Payton's looking for. Sean Payton is old school, will not adjust. And I think he wants to go out and get his guy. So for those reasons, I do not think Russ will be back.
Fair enough. Right now, we're pretty much right on board. After the first round, I got Trevor with a slight lead over everybody. He's got 4. Everybody else has 3. But I promise you the points will change throughout the show. Where you pick, where you answer your questions and is going to be key. But I'll let Keith hit the comment board because I know it's pretty much hopping in the posse there.
Yeah, there you go. Hopping in the posse is right. Threw the wrong screen up there. Getting all this switching around. We got Christopher coming in on Facebook and saying hello really early. Of course, Michelle was in here as well saying, evening, gentlemen. Woohoo. This should be a blast. Already is a blast. Ernie Mays, other than the fact that I think Trevor's got a lead for I don't know what reason. Ernie Mays is coming in saying, go Broncos country only. Hello, Keith, and hello to you, Mr. Ernie Mays. Do you have a question for Kenny coming in? Saying, Kenny, you going to a wedding?
No, I'm actually the game show host tonight, but I wish it's his wedding gear too. I like it.
I like it.
I like it. Thank you, whoever that was, Facebook user. Please say in the comments who you were so I can thank you.
There you go. There you go. Ernie Mays is saying Rust Wilson is a joke. And Patrick, our good friend over at Lion Coffee, coming in saying aloha, boys, man, keeping me energized and ready for the show. I appreciate you, Patrick, and everything you do at Lion Coffee. And, of course, our good friend, like I keep saying, Roundup royalty, the queen right now, Pearl Heater, coming in saying hello, all. So that's what we got so far, Kenny.
Please give us your answers too, because you'll be playing along with the panelists, and they will take your points if they want your points as well. So I will allow your points to come through too, and play with the hosts. The reason why Trevor's ahead right now, a little more passion in that first question than the other. A little passion gave him the extra point. Got the personality in there to create. So our second of Russell Wilson questions, I picked the order already in front of me. Dutchie, you're going to start this one off. If Russ was to get released, now you said you think he's going to stay, but if he was, which team do you think he will play for in 2024 in 30 seconds or less, please?
If Russ was going to be released, he's going to the Chicago Bears. No, not the Chicago Bears. The Cleveland Browns. Because the Cleveland Browns know what to do with a quarterback. They know how to adjust him. And Stefanski is one heck of a coach, and he knows how to use Russell Wilson to the best.
Nice. Next on the board, we have Jody. I know he's a Russ fan, so I'm curious to see where he's going.
For me, I think it's Atlanta. Atlanta has loaded weapons. You got Robinson at running back, Drake London at wide receiver, new head coach there, and something no one else thinks about, what is best for his wife as well, who's in the music scene. Atlanta is something that Pittsburgh doesn't offer, or some of these other cities. So I think Atlanta is the best team for us.
Nice. Keith, you're up next, and then last to be Trevor in this round.
Well, it might be ABC Dancing with the Stars might be his best fit, but all in all, in the very end, I could see it being in division or being right there with the Las Vegas Raiders. Jody was talking about entertainment capital, entertainment city. You talk about one, go down there, get yourself a little venue that you can set up a long term little music. I'm lost my train of thought, but setting up, do your music for 3 to 4 months down there for Ciara, and hey, Russell Wilson can bite back at the Broncos, or at least try to, with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Nice. And Trevor.
Yeah, so you guys made great points, but Washington again gonna have a quarterback here too. We have the Raiders. I think they're going to go younger, and I also think Atlanta's going to actually trade up from the draft. So I will say this: I think Russell Wilson ends up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have Najee Harris, that's the 1,000-yard running back, and George Pickens, 1,000-yard receiver. That's exactly what Russ needs, and Mike Tomlin, a Hall of Fame head coach. So he wants that. It's critical. They both want to win now. Tomlin and Russell Wilson both want to win now. Pittsburgh Steelers for me.
Nice, guys. I love all of those picks. You all got points for your picks. I got the score, 3-way tie on top. 6 for Keith, 6 for Jody, 6 for Trevor. Dutchie, you're not far behind with 5. 30 seconds or longer. I'd like you to go a little longer if you can on some of these questions, but that's why you're only a point behind. But good pick on the Browns. That was unique for sure. So I like that pick, buddy. I know you're going to come up in the points soon because that's going to bring us up to our next topic. But if you want to hit the comments again, Keith, we'll do it after each question. We'll hit the comment board.
Only got the one here coming in right now saying Jeremy Dressler, good friend of mine, saying, "Sup, fellas, go Broncos." And hopefully he's picking, obviously the clear leader, me, if we're going to be partnering up. So
you guys are doing great. I mean, you guys are definitely doing better than the K&K Sports Show did on their first. Kurt would interrupt everybody. I'd have to give negative points. And, people were going 2 minutes on a question that was supposed to be 10 seconds. So, yeah, you guys are doing great. And I appreciate all the hard work and effort you all are putting into all the answers here. I can tell you guys did your homework, and I love it. So I did the draw already for this question. Dutchie, you're up first again. Topic 2 is Sean Payton. Quick one. 20 seconds or less, or 30 seconds. I'll give 30 seconds or less, but it can be how hot is Sean Payton's tush or hot seat, and why? Why is it hot?
So Sean Payton promised that we will have a winning record. We have not seen a winning record yet. And if it is going to be another 9-8, it might be a winning record, but I don't think that will be sufficient. Yeah, he promised us change, and we have seen a little bit of change, but not enough. And the one thing is, he cannot adapt to a player's strengths. He wants to run a system that only works for him, and that is not okay with me.
Nice. I like it. Next on the board, Trevor.
Yeah, so Sean Payton, I don't think his butt's really hot in the seat yet, just because he needs another offseason. Let's see what he does this offseason with quarterback and the rest of the roster. Again, head coach needs more than 1 year to turn things around. Let's see what he does this offseason going to the next year. Next year, his seat will definitely start getting hotter. His clock's ticking as soon as he gets rid of Russell Wilson. No more blaming Russ for this. This is your offense. This is your quarterback. You picked this roster. Now let's see what you can do with it going forward.
Like it. We got Jody followed by Keith.
I think it's red hot. If he can't win with a soon-to-be Hall of Fame quarterback, what does that say about him? Last 2 seasons without Drew Brees, he's missed the playoffs. He is not willing to adapt to any of his players, especially Russ. And he's putting this team in cap hell right off the bat by releasing Russ. And so he's making these decisions. He has to live with them. And whatever quarterback he gets next year, it's live or die.
Like it. And rounding this one is Keith.
I'd like to reference the polar ice caps, but we have global warming now. Maybe 20 years ago, that's about how hot this hot seat is, man. We just traded draft picks for Sean Payton. We're paying him $18 million. We've been talking about how we need to have patience with Russ, who's been on this roster for 2 years. We've only had Sean Payton on this roster for 1 year. I think we've already seen a culture change. I think we've already seen great pairing between GM, ownership, and coach. I think we're on the right track. So you certainly need to give it time. give it as much time as needed. It's ice cold, in my opinion.
Nice. You guys were all over the board there. We had very hot, ice cold, and a couple in betweens. I like it. So you guys are all getting points. You're all getting 2 points each. So the score is 9 for the three of you guys: Trevor, Jody, Keith, and Dutchie, 8. Guys are real close. And we got a comment in there, Keith. So you want to get to that?
Yeah, Pearl's trying to chime in and be a part of this show. She's saying, "I'm sorry, I'm jumping back and forth with helping a friend with a weaving problem." Multi-skilled Pearl heater. There it is. And she's saying, "I'm trying not to lose this thread. Laugh out loud." So come on in, guys. Whoever, whether it be Patrick or Pearl or Jeremy or any of our friends out there, Facebook user, jump on in here, be part of the conversation. I'd love to hear your answers as well.
Nice. I love it, guys. Again, you guys are doing great. Love the creativity of the answers. You know, you guys are definitely all over, not all agreeing with each other. I love it. And topic 3 is going to be a fun one, I think. And this one's going to be a little less. This is going to be 15 seconds or less. But it's bring them back or let them pack is the name of this question. Simple. Are you bringing these players back, or are you letting them pack and let them go play for another team next year? Free agents.
Kenny,
Yes.
really quick. I had on my agenda one more Sean Payton.
One more Sean Payton. Right. Yes, you do.
Okay, I just making sure we didn't go off script there, buddy.
I'm going to give Keith a half a point for catching that.
But it also should be a point less for interrupting.
All right, so half a point off for interrupting, so he's back down to 9.
Love this show, man. It's a roller coaster. Go ahead, buddy.
Great. All right, so the order for this one, Jody, you're going to start it off, followed by Keith, Trevor, and Dutchie. How much trust, Jody, do you have in Sean Payton on a scale of 1 to 10? And will he get the Broncos back to the playoffs and Super Bowl? 30 seconds or less.
About a 2. Some of the moves, a lot of the moves he made this offseason definitely didn't pan out. Adam Troutman, Chris Manhertz, overpaid for Ben Powers and Mike McGlinchey, has done nothing to adjust to fit Russ. Denver got very lucky in some of their wins. I'm not saying they didn't deserve them, but got very lucky in wins. I mean, to be honest, this team could have been 4 or 5 wins at the most. And then he benched Russ to play Jared Stidham and says that that's an option for next year when he was complete trash and garbage. So 0 trust.
0 trust. Giving him a 2.
A 2 out of 10.
I got it. Next is going to be Keith.
Yeah, I mean, trust in Sean Payton. I would probably give it overall maybe a 7. 7 in Sean Payton overall. I looked at it when the question was posed to me: playoffs and Super Bowl. Playoffs, yeah, absolutely. Sean Payton, I think, can get us to the playoffs. Sean Payton, I think, will get us to multiple playoffs. Super Bowl is tough. Super Bowl is one of 2 teams. It's only one team out of the AFC. So in my opinion, very, very difficult to guarantee. So if I'm rating this scale, I'm going to rate it on a 7. He's going to get us to the playoffs. I just don't know if he can get us all the way to a Super Bowl. Tough ask.
Like it. So we got a 2 and a 2 from Jody, a 7 from Keith. Trevor, where are you going?
Yeah, so if I'm grading Sean Payton, I'm grading about a 4. I think he's done some really good things behind the scenes with the health of the players. You're really using analytics, these players' strengths. And the Broncos, let's not tend to forget this. They are very healthy this year. They weren't in previous years. He's brought that, something that I don't think that has been looked about when we look at it. And then also, yes, he benched Russell Wilson, but he did not bench Russell Wilson until their playoff chances were slim to none. So he did put Jared Stidham in there, but it wasn't until Denver was basically out of the playoffs. So I'll give him a 4.
Nice. Dutchie, last one on this one.
Okay, I will give. He doesn't even get a positive from me. It is a -1. What he did to Russell Wilson during just past the bye week, that was horrible. He is not true to what he says. He said we would get a run-first team, and we don't get that. So I'm not always believing what comes out of his mouth. We don't never know what we get, and so. Yeah, I don't believe him. I don't trust him. He has to prove his worth. If he can make a change, and does what he says, then I will start reconsidering my -1.
Got it. Keith, you got 3 this round because I told you the audience is going to play along and be contributors in this. And Pearl had a 7, just like you. So you get an extra point because of Miss Pearl coming in with a 7. And I'll let you read the comments, but that's how I scored. But everybody else got a 2 this round. So Keith has 12, Trevor has 12, Jody 11, and I'm sorry, Keith has 12, Trevor 11, Jody 11, Dutchy 10.
Pearl came in and said, and maybe, I don't know. I'll go ahead and I'll ref for maybe a half a point to probably Jody or Albert on this one, because she said about a 7 if he likes the players, 1 if he does not. Michelle's coming in there with just some laughy faces on this. Borderline 7 from Ernie Mays, and Michelle's coming in saying, I'm with Dutchy. He doesn't know how to coach a running team.
And thank you, Michelle. Now, Dutchy gets another point for that. Your wife playing along there, Dutchy. So you're up to 11. I did. The audience is playing along. So they're playing along with everybody. So we got 12 for Keith and 11 for everybody else. So
just a second. I got to mute really quick because I got to yell at my wife. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Go ahead.
That's great. All right. So our next one is going to be, I just said it before, topic 3, bring them back, let them pack. These are offensive free agents. Are you bringing them back or are you letting them pack? The order is going to be Keith, Dutchy, Jody, and Trevor. So, Keith, you're going to get 15 seconds or less for each player, and you're going to tell me yes, bring them back, or no, you're letting them pack. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy, number 1 pick. Hasn't done all that well, but really, has he had the quarterback? Has he been in an offensive system? Has he had a quarterback that can get him the ball and or a coach that's going to get him involved in the scheme? I think there's still a lot of potential there. Go ahead and try to trade him for chips, or you can go ahead and keep him on this roster and see what happens with the next QB. I'm all for keeping Jerry Jeudy.
Like it. The next one on the list for you, Keith, Javonte Williams. I'm going to give you all 5 and then let everybody else go. So,
all right, man. Well, same thing, man. I don't see any
first here.
I guess Javonte, I'm going to sit in that same boat, man. I think Javonte was coming back from an amazing injury, and for him to even touch the field last year was in question. For him to come back and be able to be available for all 17 games was astounding. I want to see Javonte back in a training camp when he can put all the work in, and he's going to be back stronger than ever. So don't get rid of Javonte.
Like it. Little Jordan Humphrey.
Little Jordan Humphrey, as much as I like the guy, as much as he came up in big roles and big parts, there's going to be other opportunities in there. I know our wide receiver room isn't big, it isn't deep, but at the same time, I think there's going to be opportunities out there on the free agent market and or even getting some late round or unsigned free agents onto this roster.
And real quick, you want to play along with Ernie or Pearl? Don't look at the comments.
Okay. I got to go ahead and I got to go with the royalty. I'll go ahead and I'll go with Pearl.
Okay. Just so you know, and then we'll read the comments after you go with your 5, and anything she agrees, you'll get the point. Disagrees, you're not going to get the point.
I love Ernie though too, by the way. I don't want to, nothing bad there, Ernie. Sorry about that.
Well, actually, okay. So everybody, Jody, who do you want to play along with, Miss Pearl or Ernie?
It doesn't matter. Pearl's fine.
Okay. Dutchy, Pearl or Ernie in this one?
Pearl.
Trevor, you going to go with Ernie?
Yeah, I'll go with Ernie.
Okay. So got from Miss Pearl and Ernie. So after the round, we'll accumulate, see how many points you guys get by their answers. So Lloyd Cushenberry's next, Keith.
Lloyd Cushenberry, this is the guy I've been pounding the table again and again and again for. We keep talking about being able to bring talent in here, be able to, bring them into our system, go ahead and grow them, make them into somebody. Well, we've done that with Lloyd Cushenberry. Now we want to ship him out the door. That makes absolutely no sense. It's a guy that we need to figure out a way to keep on this roster.
And last on the list here for offense, Adam Troutman.
Yeah. Boy, I sure hope Dulcich comes back because I think we need to move on from Troutman. I think we need to move on from Manhertz. I think I was borderline on this one because I almost feel the same way as Judy. I think he could be a lot bigger with the right quarterback in place. I think 18 throws over the middle really hurt this guy, but I think we're going to end up moving on for him as much as I hate the opportunity he had last year.
Perfect. We'll get to the scores after everybody goes. I'm keeping track of what Miss Pearl and Ernie are saying. So, Jody, you're up.
Let's do it.
Okay, first on the list, Joey Judy.
If you can get something trade value wise, trade him. He's never lived up to the number one pick. Never had 100 or 1,000-yard season. You can definitely upgrade there, and if you can get that $15 million off the book, that's a great move. So hopefully he is gone.
Okay, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I think he'll be back. What he did last season, coming back after that injury and playing all 16 games, was impressive. Wasn't explosive like we thought, but hopefully year two it improves a lot. And although I think running back is a much higher need than a lot of people, I probably would bring him back, and I think he's still probably your number one running back next year.
And little Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah, I would bring him back. He knows the system. He's played in the system here and in New Orleans. And I think you can get him on the cheap, and he's a reliable wide receiver. Just look at the play he made for Stidham. So I would definitely bring him back if the price is right.
And last two, Lloyd Cushenberry.
I thought Lloyd was probably your best offensive lineman this year, and I would love to bring him back, but I think he might price himself out of coming back. Denver has so many needs, and they did draft a center last year in Alex Forsythe, who both the GM and Sean Payton have said they see as a future starter. If they can make it work, I'd love to have Lloyd back, but only at the right price. And I'm only bringing Lloyd back if it's not Lloyd or a D lineman or Lloyd or a top tight end. Lloyd gets kicked to the curb both times on something like that.
Gotcha. Final guy, Adam Troutman.
Oh, this is a definite hell no for me. We traded for this guy. He was not good. I don't really care that Russ didn't throw over the middle. Jared Stidham threw over the middle, and he still wasn't catching passes. This guy did nothing in New Orleans when they threw over the middle. This was a wasted trade pick for us. And he was not a blocker like everyone claimed. He didn't help in the blocking game, and it was proven in the run and what we did running. So Troutman is a definite no for me.
Okay, I got your points there with Pearl. I'll read them at the end. We'll do Dutchie and Trevor next in this one. So same questions for you, Dutchie. You're playing with Miss Pearl. Jerry Judy. Gone
Jerry Judy for me is a goner. He has been here for 4 seasons now, and he has proven that he only can play a couple plays a season, and he's doing really well. And the rest, he has Mr. Butterfingers, I would almost call him. So Jerry Judy for me is a goner.
Beautiful. Javonte Williams, Dutch.
Javonte Williams, definitely keeper because he plays with heart. And if they play in the system that they really run first, I can see Javonte Williams doing 1,100 yards per season easily. But it has to be the system.
Okay. Little Jordan Humphrey.
I would keep him. He is a really nice joker player. He is not too costly, and those moments that he is on the field, he is a weapon, and everybody is counting on him for the defense to be a weapon. So yeah, keep him there.
Last two, Lloyd Cushenberry.
For me, Lloyd Cushenberry depends on the price. If he is on the cheap, let's keep him because we know what he is. But is he as good as we all think that he is? I don't think so. Quinn Miners is the best offensive lineman, and he improved Lloyd Cushenberry's play.
Last one, Adam Troutman.
Adam Troutman had his moments, but those moments are with the Denver Broncos should be gone. We can get different tight ends, and hopefully we'll get Dulcich full and healthy, and he can stay in the game for 17 games.
Nice. Okay, you playing with Miss Pearl. I got your scores with her answers as well. And Trevor playing with Ernie. Ernie only answered 3, so I will, play accordingly. I won't deduct you points for Ernie not playing along with the other 2. So we'll make sure, we'll be fair with the scoring here for you on these. So Jerry Judy.
Yeah, I'm keeping Jerry Jeudy. Again, I've been very critical on, but he's making $13 million. Denver's got, they're $24 million over the cap. Who are they going to be able to get? Talent-wise, it's better than Jerry Jeudy. Also heard a little bit of a thing that Sean Payton at practice was always coaching Jerry Jeudy up. He's always in his ear talking to him. That shows that he loves Jerry Jeudy. So I don't think Sean Payton trade Jerry Jeudy back at midseason at the deadline for a third-round pick. If you don't get more than a third-round pick, you keep Jerry Jeudy around.
Nice. Javonte Williams.
Yeah, it's, Javonte, again, it's such a difficult situation this year with his injuries situation. He was not 100% healthy. I think you keep Javonte Williams next year. Let him and McLaughlin be the 1-2 pairing at running back and see what goes on. But again, need more from Javonte.
Beautiful. Little Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah, I think there's similarity in Sean Payton's system. I think it's something Sean Payton really values. This is Sean Payton guy. He brought him in here. I think little Jordan Humphrey, I think he's going to stick around because, again, Denver's wide receiver room is not great right now. They need depth.
2 more. Cushenberry.
Yeah, Cushenberry, I think he's gone. I think he's just going to be too expensive, and I don't think he's this team's best offensive lineman. I think he's this team's third best offensive lineman. I think Quentin Miners and Garrett Bowles are the first 2 guys that are 2 of Denver's best offensive linemen. For me, Cush, get him out of here. Here's a guy to keep in mind: Jackson Powers Johnson. Learn the name. He's a center from Oregon, a guy that Denver could definitely be looking at in the draft to possibly replace Lloyd Cushenberry.
Last one, Adam Troutman.
Yeah, Adam Troutman, I think he's gone. I think that he's a guy that, again, just didn't do enough. Denver, you can't rely on him. As much as potential he has, you cannot rely on him. You need to get a tight end that can be durable and can play and can produce in this offense. I think Troutman's great blocking tight end, but he's not good when it comes to being a vertical threat downfield.
Beautiful, guys. I'm going to let Keith get to the comments, but everybody tied with Ernie and Miss Pearl's help. Trevor, I told you I wasn't going to deduct you points for the ones that Ernie didn't answer. So you got 4. You were only wrong. You only disagreed on Jerry Jeudy. The rest of you guys got 3 points for playing along with Miss Pearl. So good job, guys. You're all tied after the offensive question. 15 points for everybody. Everybody caught up and is on equal playing field again. I'll let Keith catch up with the comments.
Yeah, just a few in here. Hit Ernie Mays saying Jerry Jeudy gone. Pearl's said go fast anyway. You get rid of him. She's also saying keep me though. Ernie Mays saying JW keep. Also, Javonte Williams is a keep for Pearl. Pearl saying little Jordan is gone. We got our good friend and I imagine future participant on some of these questions. He likes to chime in. Michael Ronquillo coming in and saying, good evening, Keith, Jody, Albert, Trevor, and Kenny. Facebook user is coming in saying, keep Cush. Lloyd Cush and Gary keep from Pearl as well.
I have the names for the Facebook. That was Roger Gutke.
Oh, thanks, Roger. Thanks for coming in. I doing a lot of things on the side tonight with everything that we got going on. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that a ton, Albert. Keep Lloyd Cushenberry is coming in from Ernie Mays. Trout is gone, according to Pearl. And hi, Pearl, is coming in from Michael Ronquillo. And Clayton's coming in saying, hey, smash that like button and share, guys. Denver Broncos for life. And then Denver Aints. They ain't going anywhere with Sean Payton as head coach. Sad. Is that also?
And that is a new name, Ben Newfamsa.
Oh yeah, I think we saw Ben on our last show, or maybe our last 2. So, hello Ben again, and a good hi back to Michael from Pearl. I think that's it. Kenny, go ahead, take it away.
Michael, please don't hesitate. Answer in the comments there, and we'll put you in with the host. You play along as well. You're always a big supporter of all the shows here. So we want your feedback as well and be part of this game tonight. Love to have your answers. And everybody in the audience, please If you're just coming in, please answer, and we'll get you in the point system here with the hosts. We're going to move to the defensive side of the ball. Some free agents, special team players. So defense and special teams. Trevor, you're up first, followed by Jody, Dutchie, and Keith is the order for this round. So we're going to go quick, 15 seconds or less, catch up on some time and a couple of the other questions we got. And we'll go with Josie Jewell first there, Trevor.
Yeah, I think you got to get rid of Joseph Jewell. You got to get younger in linebacker at some point in time. You drafted Drew Sanders last year, relatively high. He's a guy that needs to play. You got to start getting younger at linebacker. What better time? Put him in there. Let's see what he can do. Don't just sit him. He's not going to learn if he's just sitting on the bench.
Next one, Fabian Moreau, another old time.
I would try to move on from Fabian Moreau. I think, what's another position of need for this Broncos team defensively is their secondary. They've got to get stronger in the secondary. You need someone to go alongside Pat Surtain. Moreau was fine this season, but you need to be looking for an upgrade in the offseason.
Nice. And then a couple more for you. PJ Locke.
Yeah, I'd keep PJ Locke. I think this is Denver's top guy to bring back this year on their list. He'd be very top of the list, and this guy filled in great for Caden Stearns during that injury, and he was really solid. I would keep PJ Locke on this roster, and he's not going to be expensive for them. So,
two more. Jonathan Harris. Now, Jonathan Harris is big on this show. I know you got a little giveaway with Jonathan Harris, right, Keith?
We do.
Yep.
Yeah. And I love Jonathan Harris, but he just wasn't good enough. You need somebody else with Zach Allen on that defensive line that's going to be able to stop the run and get some pass rush going. This team was one of the most blitz heavy team this season under VJ because you don't have much pass rush of that defensive line other than Zach Allen. So I think Jonathan Harris is gone.
There's Keith showing the giveaway for those who can't see out there. He set the giveaway there. Beautiful. Last one is a special team or your kicker, Will Lutz.
Yeah, I would keep Will Lutz. I think this is one of the more Sean Payton. This is the best signing one of the better signings that Sean Payton had was Will Lutz. 88% field goal percentage this year. I mean, this is a guy that you need to keep on this roster. Again, what's his asking price going to be? It's the biggest question mark. But if you can help it, you keep Will Lutz on this roster.
Beautiful. And there's a Facebook user, Dutchie. Do you know who that is? So I can put it in here as the participant.
Roger Goodke.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so thanks there, Trevor. We'll get your score up in a minute. We're going to move on to Jody. Got same questions for you, Jody. Josie Jewell.
That's a definite no for me. We were not good in the run game. He is not good in coverage. Other than he does call plays and is a leader, he brings nothing that can't be replaced on the field. So Josie Jewell, goodbye.
Fabian Moreau.
Same thing with Fabian Moreau. He was just a 1 year plug and play guy when Davari Mathis crapped all over himself basically and couldn't grab that position by the horns. And he was our weak link down the down the stretch. Teams picked on him a lot. You definitely can find someone better. And Riley Moss, that you need to step up. You were drafted to take that position. Do it.
A couple more for you. PJ Locke.
This was the easiest one for me. It's a definite yes. You were thin at safety with Kareem Jackson getting traded. Caden Stearns can't stay healthy. You don't know what the status is of Justin Simmons. Do they trade him for a quarterback or not? So I definitely bring him back. He played well and fought through injury. A couple times we thought he was going to miss games and fought through it. So I definitely bring him back.
And two more for you. Jonathan Harris.
This is a definite no for me. Denver's run game was atrocious this year. He brings nothing to the pass rush game. Besides Zach Allen, Denver's D-line was bottom 2 or 3, in my opinion. Move on, and you can upgrade. So, no.
Kicker, Will Lutz, to wrap it up.
I would try to bring Will Lutz back. You traded for him. You released a great kicker in Brandon McManus. And Will Lutz was good last year. That is a position that you don't need to also be trying to draft when you have limited draft capital. I would sign Will Lutz. Will Lutz is a Peyton guy, and I think Will Lutz will give Denver some kind of break because Payton did bring him here.
Beautiful. Let's move to Dutchy. Same ones, Josie Jewell.
The outlaw for me is as long as we can keep the contract inexpensive, keep Jewell, because he is indeed the captain there in the backfield. He is the organizer. And yeah, with there's blame all kinds of holes for them. But if the defensive line brings gaps, he cannot stop all of them. So Josie Jewell is for me is a yes.
Nice. Fabian Moreau.
Fabian Moreau, yeah, if you can keep him for cheap, he is a great player. He is a good leader. He is a guide for the other cornerbacks. So yeah, keep him because he still has fire in him.
Nice. PJ Locke.
PJ Locke definitely. We need a replacement for Simmons at some point because Simmons is getting a little bit older in the teeth, and so we need somebody who can pick him up when he is gone, and PJ Locke could do that.
Last two, Jonathan Harris.
Jonathan Harris, definitely a no. There was too many issues with him and on the run gap, and that's why Josie Jewell was suffering from it, and he Singleton as well. So Jonathan Harris, no.
Last on the list, Will Lutz.
Will Lutz, absolutely keep him. He has done so much better. I think he has outdone Brandon McManus in most of his seasons. Yeah, so why not keep him? And McMoney is gone, so Will Lutz can take up his contract.
And by the way, Miss Pearl and Michael are playing along in this round, so I got their scores as well. Keith, you're up to wrap this one up, and then I'll let you hit the comment board.
Very good, man.
So start with Josie Jewell.
Yeah, Josie Jewell, as much as I like the guy, unfortunately, I think he does need to end up heading out the door. Already said before, not great in coverage. Wasn't necessarily that guy that we saw flood the gaps as well. And we got a guy named Drew Sanders that we got coming up right behind him. We need to go young. I say that's the direction we go in this round.
Nice. Next one on the list, Mr. Fabian Moreau.
Fabian Moreau, what an excellent, excellent addition. Of course, he was a Giant. So, of course, he was excellent. That being said, I think we need to, again, try to get some of those younger guys in. We drafted Riley Moss. I wish we would have seen more of him. I think we end up seeing more of him this next year as we need to get young and get cheap. So Riley Moss is the replacement for Fabian Moreau, in my opinion.
Like it. Next one, PJ Locke.
PJ Locke is a lock in order to get the safety position and a position on this roster, man. Didn't matter if it was Caden Stearns. Didn't matter if it was Turner Yell. It didn't matter if it was Kareem Jackson. This guy came in. He paid complimentary right alongside Simmons. And, yeah, he needs to be on this roster.
Nice. Couple more for you. Jonathan Harris.
Jonathan Harris, as much as I would love to say that this guy's going to be an all-star and a Pro Bowler because we got this signed memorabilia piece that we're giving away, unfortunately, it's probably not going to be the case. It is going to be a rare piece because I don't think he's going to be there on the roster next year. So, hey, something that you won't be able to get in years to come.
Like it. And the last one, Keith, Will Lutz.
Will Lutz, hey, Sean Payton knows what he's doing. He brings in great guys. This is just one of them. We've seen coaches. We've seen players. Will Lutz came in. We didn't skip a beat. In fact, I think we got a little better than what we had in McManus, especially over last year. Absolutely bring Will Lutz back. Beautiful.
Miss Pearl and Michael got 4 out of 5 for this round. Possible 5 points. So you got 4 out of 5. And I'll tell you why you all got 4s besides Keith, who got 5 out of 5 in this round. Okay. Keith gets a 5 out of 5, not because of Fabian Moreau with the Giants. You got nice creativity in your answers there, but I respect that one. But Jonathan Harris, I know he's not there next week, but he's a supporter of the show. He signed a nice little autograph piece for you. And the rest of the guys definitely gone. You got to praise the guy a little bit like Keith did. So Keith gets the 5 points. I know he's probably not going to be there, but the guy's nice enough to sign something for you. You got to give him some praise a little bit. So hats off to Keith. He gets the 5 points this round. So he's up 20. Everybody else has 19 going into the next round. If you want to hit a couple of the comments, Keith, I know they're blowing up, so I don't want you to fall too far behind.
Yeah. Boy, where do we start? Make sure I get all the way to the top. This is fun. Let's see. Okay. I think we started right here. This was probably Roger saying Josie Jewell is out of here. Pearl saying I love Josie Jewell, but he might be expensive and he's gone. Jeremy is also saying Josie Jewell is gone. Earl saying lock, keep. Roger probably coming in here and saying keep PJ. Jonathan Harris is gone, according to Pearl Heater. Keep lock. Jonathan gone. Keep Lutz. Keep Lutz. I'm going to just throw these up real quick, guys, because we have lots of them. Ernie Mays was on that last one. Lutz, keep. He's consistent, says Pearl. Got Roger coming in over on YouTube. Thanks, Roger. Maybe Facebook is hiding me. Sorry about that, Roger. We do have posts to a couple of different pages, so that's I appreciate you jumping over on YouTube right now. So Fabian gone, according to Pearl. No way to Josie Jewell, says Michael. Cornerback Fabian Rowe is a no. PJ Locke is a yes, and Will Lutz is a yes, according to him as well. No to Jonathan Harris. And then he just gets into a little bit of talk. Alex Singleton and Drew Sanders are your linebackers for the Broncos. He also saying cornerback McMillan is our number 3 cornerback for the Broncos as well. So if I missed somebody as I was going fast, I wanted to keep us on track. So take it away, Mr.
Keith, I'm looking at the time. Do you want me to? I could skip a couple of these questions and we could do a part 2 another day because I'm looking at the time already. And I don't know how much you want to, if you wanted to go over or if you were going to end around the hour mark. So
we can probably go over a little bit, say like 10 minutes or so.
Okay. I'll still skip a couple questions then. You know what? I'll skip a couple questions. I got some fun ones that I'll throw in there and we'll see what we have time for, where we can do a part 2 to this, because I think everybody's having a lot of fun with this.
I agree.
And the audience as well. All right. So you know what? I'll do my bonus question for you guys. Trevor, you're up first. Pick a number 1 to 4, and this is going to be your would you rather question just for you.
I'll pick 3.
3. All right, this is a fun one. All right, in 30 seconds or less. No, this is rapid fire, so 15 seconds or less. Would you rather have 5 more seasons of Nathaniel Hackett or watch the Chiefs win 5 consecutive Super Bowls?
Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, I would rather have 5 years of the Chiefs winning Super Bowls, because that means Denver would be relevant and they would actually make the playoffs. So you're telling me that this team would make the playoffs after 8 seasons? Give me this team making the playoffs. I don't want anything near Nathaniel Hackett. In fact, he wasn't even my guy when they hired him. So no, I don't want Nathaniel Hackett even close to this building.
The bonus question's worth up to 5 points. I'm going to give you 4. I'm going to give you 4 points on that. That was a good one. No part of Hackett. You'd rather see the Chiefs win 5 Super Bowls. That may not go well with some of the real diehard fans. That's why you didn't get a 5. But I like your answer, the creativity of it. So you're going to get a 4 out of 5 there. I know Keith Rogers saying Hackett, just so you know, down there. All right. Jody, 1, 2, or 4?
1.
That's a good one. Would you rather have Elway or Manning?
Oh, this is actually easy. Elway, he took us to 5 Super Bowls, 1, 2. He's probably a top, in my opinion, top 3 quarterback of all time. I know the numbers probably are favor Manning, but what Elway did with little to no talent on offense was pretty impressive. Elway all the way.
I'll give you a 4 out of 5 as well. So you and Trevor are both tied, and you're getting some Elways in the comments, Keith.
Absolutely.
All right, Dutchie, you have number 2 or number 4?
I'll take 4.
Would you rather have? It should have went to either Trevor or Jody, but you're going to get this one. Would you rather have Keith's beard or your mustache?
Oh, that is easy. Why not both? Why not can I have the beard and the mustache? Because it will be like ZZ Top and what is the guy from Hook again? In the movie Hook, the pirate. Yeah, that would be great. Hook and ZZ Top. ZZ Hook.
Gotta give. How can you not give Dutchie a 5 out of 5 by that one? So Dutchie gets 5 out of 5 on that question. Me, the only reason I would take Dutchie's mustache, not because of what Joey Clam said a couple weeks ago, when you got to eat sauce, you're going to get it on your beard. No, because I wouldn't be allowed to wear that beard at work. We have to be somewhat trimmed at work. So I wouldn't be allowed to have a beard that long, but I would love both as well, to be honest with you guys. If I could even grow one, I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Do you have to keep the gray with the beard?
Oh,
Ooh,
shots
ouch.
fired.
Can I answer that one?
Yes, I'll allow you to answer, but Jody gets a -1 for interrupting.
Having gray hair, according to my wife, makes a man distinguished.
Very nice, very nice. That was my first negative point of the round of the game, by the way. So I feel like it's a real game show now. So we're good. Thanks, Jody. I appreciate that one. Keith, you get the last one. It's a simple one, but I'd like to hear your creative answer to this. I think you're the perfect guy for this. Denver blue or Denver orange?
Oh man. Well, I gotta put it this way, man. I think you can. When I think of the orange and blue, I think of the blue mountains and those orange skies. And those orange skies seems like they can be had just about anywhere on Earth. But those beautiful blue mountains that you see in Colorado, ain't nothing like it. If you haven't visited, you're missing out. Welcome to Mile High Country. I'll go with the blue and the orange.
I like it. Keith, you're going to get a 5 out of 5 for that because I just was picturing that as you were telling me that. So very, very well said. Our updated score, Keith, you're in the lead with 25. Dutchie moves up to second, 24. Trevor, 23. And Jody, you're back down in last now because of that -1, 22. I got a couple more, and you guys can gain some points. I know, Keith, just let me know when we got time for one more question because I'm going to save this one for last, which I'm going to need about 5 minutes for on the last question.
All right. Why don't we do 3 more questions, and then we can probably wrap it up and get out of here. How's that?
Got some rapid fire ones for you, so it's going to be quick answers, guys. This is going to be quick answers. First one, and I'll just go the order I see. I'm not going to do the bingo balls. I got Jody. I'm going to let you go first on this one. Which player will be most improved in 2024, Jody? I'm going to give you this rapid fire.
I think this is an easy one. Drew Sanders. I think that position is his going into training camp with Joseph Jewell probably being gone. What he did at Arkansas is one of the reasons they drafted him here, and he's kind of a hybrid, poor man's Michael Parsons. So, yeah, I think he easily is the player with the most upside and the most improved next year.
All right, perfect. Let's keep this to 10 seconds or less, guys, so we can get the rest of everybody's comments, and then we can get the answers for a couple more as well. Dutchie, most improved player 2024.
That would be McLaughlin. He will get more picks, and they will protect him better. And they will not be as predictable as it was. McLaughlin for me.
Keith.
Yeah, I'm going to go off script a little bit. I'm going Lucas Kroll. I think we'll get the tight end involved. I think he's a huge, big weapon, and I think he's completely undervalued. I like Lucas Kroll, especially since we all talked about getting rid of Troutman.
Nice. And Trevor, sorry. Trevor's on mute.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to go with Javonte Williams here because Javonte, again, just wasn't healthy all season long. Sean Payton put him in too early. He's a guy that didn't really get a lot of help from his offensive line. So I think Javonte Williams will be the guy that I think next year can really improve and be the most improved player. I think he could be number 1 over Jaleel McLaughlin.
Keith, want to hit the comments so you don't fall too far behind?
Absolutely, man. Just brand new user, liker, subscriber, commenter, Straight Jacket coming in, going back on a question saying my choice would be Manning. Played and brought 2 different teams to Super Bowls, Colts and Broncos. We got Javonte Williams as the vote from Pearl, and Ernie Mays is saying our new quarterback will be the one who's the most improved. So there you go.
You know, it's funny. I'm just going back looking at some of the earlier comments. Simplest questions can bring up the biggest of debates. I'm seeing like a 50-50 between the blue and the orange, and I love it. That's for another day. We could just debate blue versus orange.
Great question.
It's simple. Simplest questions can be the best of questions sometimes. They really are. I'll give you guys one more rapid fire, and then I'll give you my last question, Keith, which I want you guys to spend a little bit of time on.
Sounds great.
I'll do a reverse order here. Trevor, you're up first. If the Broncos draft a quarterback in this year's draft, who will it be? Just rapid fire, 10 seconds or less.
Yes, I'm going to go Spencer Rattler. This is the guy that I really liked at the Senior Bowl. He's a guy that I think you can, in the first couple rounds, you can really address needs. He's a guy that I just think has a high upside. I think you just got to give him time. No rookie quarterback is going to come in here unless you trade in the top 3. Going to come in here and start day 1. Give me Spencer Rattler.
Nice. Keith.
Well, that's what all the rumors have been about, man. If we're going to go ahead and we're going to give up the resources, we're going to give Sean Payton the reins. Let's go ahead and give him the reins to go all the way up to number 3 and bring in Jaden Daniels. That's my quarterback bringing in for the Denver Broncos in 2024.
Nice. Dutchie, quarterback, if you were drafting a quarterback.
For me, it would be J.J. McCarthy. I think he is the closest to the quarterback that Sean Payton wants, and he should be able to go there at maybe a 12. So let's see if we can get J.J. McCarthy, if we get one.
Nice. Jody, quarterback, if you're going quarterback.
For me, it's quarterback Michael Pratt from Tulane. What he did at Tulane, I just thought was awesome. Won big games. Plays under center, fits everything Sean Payton's looking for. Drew Brees clone.
Love it, guys. You guys all had different quarterbacks. Again, I love the creativity of your questions, being unique. I love it. You all get a bonus point for being unique and having 4 different quarterbacks. And, love it. You guys did your homework on it. So we got going into our final question of the evening. Keith, you're at 28. Dutchie, 27. Trevor, 27. Jody, 26. That -1 may have burned you. I don't know. That -1 may have burned you. My last question, it's a good one because I want to know a little bit more about you guys. I'm sure your audience wants to know a little bit about you guys. This one, we're at 1 minute and 2, Keith. You got a minute? Can we do a minute each for your answers?
Absolutely, buddy.
Which will be 4 minutes approximately. All right. Going to go Dutchie first. Dutchie, who is your favorite Bronco of all time?
For me, the favorite Bronco of all time is Peyton Manning. He was the one that got me involved with the Denver Broncos. I was watching, and I never was into football until 2012. I was watching a game with a friend of mine, and it was between the Raiders and the Broncos. And then I heard the story about what happened to Peyton Manning, and I can really relate to Peyton Manning because some of his injuries that he has, I have. So that's why Peyton Manning is my number 1 Bronco. And he got us a Super Bowl as well while he was injured in the season. So, and I think he was a great personality.
Great answer, Dutchie. And learned a little bit about you there in this short period of time. So thank you for sharing that. I'll go to Jody next.
For me, it's Ryan Clady. One of the best left tackles the Broncos have ever had. Just wish he could have stayed healthy. Would have loved to see him in a couple of Super Bowls that we didn't get to see him in. Did everything right other than couldn't stay healthy. He had Hall of Famer written all over him, and if any team is lucky enough to find another Ryan Clady clone in the draft, they better take him because he was elite.
Nice. Trevor, and we'll round it out with Keith with the final.
Yeah, so for me, it's Champ Bailey. This is a guy that, again, a generational corner. Denver traded for him. They didn't even draft this guy, but they were able to simply, flip Clinton Portis for him, and just a guy, that 12-time Pro Bowler that I really looked up to, and I think PS2, guy that's on this Denver Broncos roster, has a lot of similarities to. But again, talking about a guy that wants to win, Champ Bailey would be a great guy, to see win and get in the Super Bowl. Get that Super Bowl appearance, and hopefully win. I actually just raised one. That would have been great to see Champ Bailey do that after everything he's been through, all the bad teams he was on. He stuck it through. He never asked to be traded like all these other players do. And this is a guy that Denver Bronco for life, in my opinion. When you think Champ Bailey, you don't think Washington Redskins or Commanders now. But you think Denver Broncos. That's what you think when you think Champ Bailey. This is a guy that also went into the Hall of Fame with Pat Bowlen. That's just a lot to be said with that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Last but not least, certainly not least, do you want to hit the comments first, Keith, before we get yours in?
Yeah, sure. We can definitely do that. We can go way, way back. And when we were talking about a little bit about quarterbacks. Actually, Roger was even saying Brandon Johnson was his most improved. Pearl is coming in with JJ McCarthy. Michael coming in with JJ McCarthy. Had an agreement with one of our co-hosts here on a Spencer Rattler coming from Ernie Mays. Jaden Daniels coming in from Roger as well over on YouTube. Two stick to Jim Harbaugh. I'm not sure what the comment was, but we had a lot of people coming in saying John Elway. We have a vote for Randy Gradishar. We have a vote for Terrell Davis. We have a vote for number 88, DT, for Life for Me, coming in from Michael Ronquillo. And Jeremy coming in on Facebook saying his favorite player was Jake Plummer.
Great players and interaction. Posse, love it. Love all those.
Absolutely.
Great interaction. Keith, you get the final say on this, and then I'll give up the final scores and who was victorious in this first around the Horseshoe. Hopefully
well, I'm going to bring you
more with you guys.
I want to bring you back to the days of big hair metal bands and, boy, what else? Michael Jackson's on the radio maybe. And Keith's 10 years old and it's 1986, guys. And, I'm playing Little League football for the first time out there. I'm one of the biggest kids on the team, believe it or not. You never know it by the way you see me today. But man, if you had to go out there and you had to look at a guy on the Denver Broncos that really instilled everything it was to be a defensive player, especially a big defensive player, how could you not go with number 77, Carl Mecklenburg? Played all 7 positions on the defensive front for the Denver Broncos during his career. 3-time All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, 1989 Defensive Player of the Year. Man, for me, that guy was inspiring. He's the guy I put my hand in the dirt. He's the reason I put my hand in the dirt. He was the reason I went out there and tried to emulate what I saw on the field. So for me, it's Mr. Carl Mecklenburg.
Beautiful. I know you got a couple more comments or one more comment there. So I'll let you get that, Keith, and then I'll give you the scores.
All right, man. Michael Ronquillo is coming in here and saying, talking about JJ McCarthy taking it to the Chargers, head coach for the Broncos, head coach Jim Harbaugh for the Broncos. Yeah. And then Ernie Mays coming in here and saying, well, it's the albino rhino. I don't know if it's the Elsinore rhino, but I've never heard that. Maybe I need to brush up on my own favorite player.
All right. So I got the final scores, guys. And let me tell you, this was very competitive, very close to the very end. Couldn't be, you guys were awesome, amazing answers. And I really, Keith, I appreciate you and you guys letting me do this with you. This was so much fun, but there is one winner, but I'll start with 4th place. 4th place, only because he got that -1 at 29 points, Mr. Jody Moncrief, because he interrupted on if you're going to interrupt on a question, it was a fun one to interrupt on, the mustache versus beard, but I had to play by the rules. I had to give you the -1 there, Jody. So you got 29 because of it. We got a 2-way tie for 2nd, and that's between Dutchie and Trevor with 30 points. Dutchie moved up in that last question, learned a lot about you, Dutchie. I could picture in my head you watching Peyton Manning for the first time. And it really was a great story that you gave in that short period of time. The winner is going to be Mr. Keith Brugman. He also got 3 points at the end. I could picture Keith in those hair metal days, enjoying Carl Mecklenburg, listening to Iron Maiden or AC/DC, Pantera, you name it. He's there watching Carl Mecklenburg, getting all fired up. I could definitely see that. For that reason, Keith, you got 3 points in the final question and pulled away from the tie to win the first Denver Horseshoe with a score of 31 points. So let's clap it up for Keith and everybody, all 4 of you guys. Great job tonight. And, of course, the posse as well. Great interaction. Keith, I'll think
Absolutely.
of a prize. I got a little. I don't have it with me. I got these little playoff helmet. I got helmets, but I don't have the Bronco one next to me because them, like the Giants, have been out of it since since November. So I can't even put the Bronco helmet on there. I got everything, but we'll put the 49er helmet on there because we want the 49ers to beat the Broncos. So
There you go, buddy.
To beat the Chiefs. Beat the Chiefs. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But yeah, no, great job, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, man, and great job to you, Kenny. Like we're getting tons of praise coming in for you. Pearl coming in and saying a big thank you for this fun Mr. K and lots of hearts.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Roger as well coming in saying, Kenny, thanks for hanging out with us.
Pleasure.
Oh boy, Kenny, that slip up on that 49ers better beat the Broncos. We've already had that once. Too bad in our history, Super Bowl history. But Pearl's also coming in here and clapping it up. And Michael Ronquillo saying, great show. Keith, Jody, Albert, Trevor, and Kenny. Of course, those big orange and blue hearts and those K&K Sports Show, clap it up. Speaking of which, man, you are the all-star, Kenny. Thank you so much for coming in here, hosting. You've done a fantastic job. I try to give you praise every time, and sometimes even in the comment board, but I want you to take a few seconds, since you gave us all this time right now, take a few seconds and talk about the K&K Sports Show for us.
Well, thank you again. The pleasure is all mine. Love hanging out with you guys. So happy that we did this tonight. I knew it would be fun. I know it'd be a blast, and love to do this again in the near future. And I know we'll have some more coming up. K&K Sports Show, we cover all sports. We do baseball, basketball, football, you name it. We're going to talk about it. If you guys want to ask us a question about darts or curling, we'll figure out a way to answer it and do our best. But that being said, we're on Wednesday nights. We're on the Eastern time zone, so 8 p.m. Eastern. We're on for an hour. Come hang out with us. We'll interact with you just like we interact here on Denver Bronco Roundup. We do the same thing at K&K. Taking a little time off of Wits and Wagers, but we got Clams and Claws. Joey Clams has become a mainstay during the playoffs with you guys. He does something with our good friend Carson. They do a little up-to-date wagering on Saturday mornings, I should say. And then Paul Rosen, my other co-host, and myself have a Giants talk show. And we're doing one tomorrow, Super Bowl version. So nice. Little spoiler alert, there may be some Bronco talk involved in there tomorrow, guys. So, so if you guys want to come hang out and ask us some questions or just hang out, we're going to do a little Giants show, 8 Eastern tomorrow. And then we just cover a bunch of other stuff. High school. So if you guys know high school, Kurt and his wife Jen do a great high school show. We're all over the board. So hang out with us tomorrow night if you're not doing anything, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have some fun with some Bronco fans.
Sounds great, Kenny, man. Always a fun time over at the K&K Sports Show. Love it because you guys have a little bit of everything for everybody, and that's fantastic, man. So, guys, check out the amazing, the fantastic K&K Sports Show. Boy, you're only getting a snippet of it in Kenny, and just look how fantastic this is, man. This has been fantastic, Kenny. Appreciate you a ton, man, and appreciate all my co-hosts. It is great to be champion. But that being said, I'll go ahead and I want to give it up to Jody first. I'm going to have him say goodbyes, and then I'm going to do some wrap-up right at the very end.
I'll continue saying this until we see some news. We were one day closer to Russ being on this roster in 2024. Don't reach for a quarterback at 12. And please, for the love of God, do not draft Michael Penix.
There you go, man. There you go. Why don't I head on over to Trevor, the Rocket Man, see what he has to say as we get on out of here.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody again for being here tonight with us and for watching. Again, even if you couldn't catch it live, go back and watch it later because honestly, it's a great show. And Kenny, thanks again for showing up in style. Because we didn't get the memo, I don't think. So I'm sorry, man.
No, the game show host, the game show hosts always show up in some kind of sport jacket or suit. So.
Next time. No, but thank you, Kenny, for everything. Thank you guys for everything. And man, I think that Chiefs question really kind of bit me in the butt, a little bit there. I mean, Kenny, I don't think your 49ers, beating the Broncos is as bad as my Chiefs, winning 5 Super Bowls. I may go back on that for the next time. I may just start to think about that. But thank you guys. Thanks for everybody, and go Broncos. And we'll see you guys Tuesday.
Sounds great, Trevor. Still lost by a point, but I appreciate that, man. That's good, man. All right. Head on over to Albert, the Mile High Duchy. I think the most eligible bachelor on our show this evening, bachelor number 4. How you doing? No, go ahead, take it away, Albert.
Definitely not a bachelor. And I didn't know we could use props and get extra points for that, but oh well. Kenny, thank you for hosting this, and I really enjoyed it, and hope we can do it again very soon. Probably even come up with a Kentucky Derby show. No clue what it is, but we will see. I want to thank everybody who was in the show, and I had some new names here that I have not seen before. And thank you all for being here. Ernie, Michelle, Ed Murphy. I haven't seen him before. Patrick, Pearl, Jeremy, Michael, Roger, Clayton, and Ben Nufamsa is new for me, and also Straight Jacket and Christopher Allard. They're all new for me. Maybe you have seen you guys have seen them before, but yeah, guys, being on here as a posse and commenting, it makes it so fun for us and for everybody. Keep doing that, and we love you guys. Great show, Kenny.
Thank you. And Eddie Murphy is one of our followers, so greatly appreciate you coming over here, Eddie, and supporting my good friends, the Denver Bronco Roundup Rocky Mountain Sports Network. And that question, real quick, Keith, Pearl, I think, was asking about the Kentucky Derby. Dutchy, that's horse racing, and yeah, we could cover it, Miss Pearl. You know, if that's something you're interested in, we can definitely do some time on it and get Joey Clams on and get some handicapping for you, Miss Pearl. So definitely we'll look into that.
Right on. Like I said, those guys over at the K&K Sports Show, we're Colorado sports, and that's a great little segue, guys. We're brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Check out the Rocky Mountain Sports Network for all of your Colorado sports need, whether it be your Avalanche, whether it be your Nuggets, whether it be your Rockies, or of course your beloved Broncos. Check out Rocky Mountain Sports Network. You can do it at RockyMountainSN.com. That's RockyMountainSN.com. Of course, YouTube, Facebook, X, you name it, all the socials. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're sharing and telling all your friends about us as well. Of course, we are the Denver Bronco Roundup on the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Another fantastic podcast, and I got to give it up, whether it be our good host this evening that put on the show, really, Mr. Kenny Kirkpatrick. Thanks for letting me kick back and just be a participant. You did a fantastic job. Got to give it up to all my competitors, Jody, Trevor, Albert. You guys were fantastic. It was a heated little competition as we came down the wire. I won't gloat anymore. I'm going to go ahead. I'll put my championship helmet up, my 49ers helmet up on my little display back here, and we'll call it good. With that, guys, we got to get out of here. Thanks for hanging a little bit late for us. Thank you so much to the people in the comments and the posse and all those people who have been supporting us. Continue to like, share, and subscribe, and join us every Tuesday, Sunday, Friday. Of course, that's when you get to see us, hear us, listen to us, the Denver Bronco Roundup podcast. Of course, guys, if you need to take us on the go, Apple Podcast and Spotify as well. So, boy, any way you want to get us, you got us, guys. Thank you again so much. Appreciate you guys. Going to end it like we always do. I'm going to go ahead and say, keep your feet in your stirrups, keep your guns in your holsters, and of course, as always, keep the Broncos in your hearts, guys. Till next time, we're out of here. Have a great night.